Hey guys, welcome to the review and results show for the February 1st, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite. My name's Dan and I review each and every AEW show. So if you missed the show and you want a quick recap, or you enjoy every single AEW show and you want a place to talk all things AEW, you can do so right here. So please go right below this video, click that like button, the subscribe button, and ring notification bell, because it will let you see future reviews that I do, but also helps others to find my channel. Without any further ado, let's get to the review. We're starting things off hot with Hangman Adam Page going up against Jon Moxley, who had a great hometown pop and came out with not only Wheeler Yuta, but his father as well, which I thought was a nice touch. And to the shock of no one, went right after Hangman. Didn't even give him a chance to get down to the ring. They fought all over the arena, and the bell didn't even ring for the match until 7 minutes in. Absolutely crazy. And once again, another shocker. Jon Moxley bled. I know, right? Jon Moxley match, of course he's going to bleed. It wouldn't be a Jon Moxley match if he didn't. So this was an absolute brawl, like I said, with the crowd firmly in Mox's corner. It got this is awesome chance at one point. Hangman hit Mox with a pop-up powerbomb onto the timekeeper's table, which was nuts. King Kong Lariat put Page out, was nasty. Hangman even hit Mox with his finisher, and it didn't even work. It didn't give him the 3, which got him to put him into the Bulldog Choke, which is one of Jon Moxley's moves. And he knew just exactly how to counter, because of course he did. It's his own move, and ends up hitting the 1, 2, 3. This was an absolute incredible way to start the show here. BCC came out, Yuta and Claudio, given how much they were in each other's faces after the match. This feud isn't going to be done by a long shot. After that, we got a quick video package from Darby Allin talking about his upcoming match with Samoa Joe. The newsworthy item here is, regardless of who wins the match, neither one will get the rematch, so more on that in a bit. Then we see Renee standing backstage with the Butcher, the Blade, the Bunny, and of course the AEW Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter. The Bunny congratulates Jamie on her most recent title defense and challenges her next week to an Eliminator match, which Jamie of course accepts. But while this is happening, Renee seems to hear something, and then cuts to Toni Storm and Saraya beating up Britt Baker. I love where this feud is going. More on that in a bit. Up next, we have the Acclaimed set to face off against Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. But before we get into that, though, we have to get into what he had to say. During his rap, he said that they are the nicest, fighting two people in their midlife crisis. I thought that was a good rhyme. And he bets they have sex with each other. How are they going to fight the bootleg Beverly Brothers? And that they're going to make them quit like Tom Brady, which of course happened earlier yesterday. First off, I'm happy to see Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd again after their match on Dark Elevation this week. But that was about the only nicest thing that happened here, as Max ends up hitting the mic drop in a pretty dominant win here. After the match, the Guns did come out and they said they wanted a shot at the tag team titles. Anthony Bowens then asked the crowd if they wanted to see that happen, if they wanted the Guns to get a tag team title shot. Of course they said no, and they do a little pushing and shoving. Billy Gunn says, screw this, I'm done, I'm out of here. And then Austin Gunn takes some shots at Billy, which makes him come down to the ring, accepts the tag title shot on the Acclaimed's behalf, which makes me think that Daddy Ass is not going to be with the Acclaimed after next week, and the Guns are going to be the new tag team champions. Nothing against the Guns, but I don't want to see this happen, and I'm going to be real sad to see Daddy Ass turn on the Acclaimed. And then go backstage, where this time Alex Marvez is standing with Jack Perry and gets asked about what is next for Jungle Hook, but Jack Perry has basically had enough with the whole tag team thing. Already gotten the tag team titles, did that for a long time. He wants to do things on his own, and he wants to, most importantly, get a title on his own. Honestly, I think you could have gotten a little more mileage out of the whole Jungle Hook thing, but it will be nice to see Jack Perry actually get his own title, maybe a TNT title in the future. Back to the ring as we see Konosuke Takeshita take on Brian Cage, and if you enjoyed fighting in the opener, we have got a whole hell of a lot of that here, with a lot of strength also being shown in this, with Konosuke being thrown into a ring post. Yeah, both men throwing forearms at each other. Cage showed off his strength even further by suplexing Takeshita up and over the ropes, which is always impressive. And Takeshita, though, not to be denied, does a stalling German suplex. Holy crap, that looks so good, because it's not easy to do on a guy like Brian Cage. And it was Konosuke, not Brian Cage, who picks up the win here. And with the run Brian Cage has been on, you have to think this is a bit of an upset but also Konosuke getting a huge win and showing the upswing that he's on now. They're going to shoot him to the moon, and I can't wait to see it. Either way, this was a phenomenal match. After that, Renee is standing backstage with the JAS to address the cheating that happened last week in their tag match, and they said that Action Andretti and Ricky didn't lose because of the baseball bat, they lost because of the JAS. And Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara announced the Garcia/Guevara Gauntlet, which was originally the Guevara-Garcia Gauntlet. Interesting little touch there, where Starks is going to have to beat Cool Hand Ange, then Daddy Magic, and then if he can do that, he's going to face either Sammy Guevara or Daniel Garcia, and then if he does that, he can face off against Chris Jericho. I like that little touch there where they say either Sammy Guevara or Daniel Garcia, kind of hinting at a little bit of more of a rift there. Maybe they end up splitting each other off and Daniel Garcia ends up joining the side of Action Andretti and Ricky Starks. I would love to see that, but I really don't want this feud to go for another couple of months, but it kind of makes me feel like with the trajectory of this feud and past feuds that it's probably going to happen. We then see the Elite standing on a basketball court. Nick Jackson takes a shot, and they challenge AR Fox and Top Flight to a trios match next week, but they also get interrupted by the firm Stokely Hathaway, Ethan Page, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy, where they challenge them to a match for this Friday on Rampage. I'm always very excited to see the Elite in a match, especially when it's on a show like Rampage, and I will always laugh whenever Isaiah Cassidy does a moan in somebody's ear, and he didn't hear to Kenny Omega, and his reaction to it was just so damn funny. Back to the ring, we got the match I was most looking forward to, with Bryan Danielson taking on Timothy Thatcher, and I say that because there's nothing I enjoy more in wrestling than joint manipulation and technical submission wrestling, and this had all of that. Thatcher is so good at bending every part of the human body to make everything look like it hurts. And that certainly was the case with Danielson's shoulder, as that was the primary focus and the primary story of this match. At one point, the ref did get knocked down, though, and MJF tried to take the advantage, but Takeshita, riding that momentum off of that big win of Brian Cage, he comes out, makes the save, and they brawl backstage. And then eventually, Bryan Danielson does pick up the win with the Bicycle knee. And backstage after that, you can still see Takeshita and MJF brawling, and it's announced right there that in an eliminator match next week, it's going to be MJF versus Takeshita. What if Takeshita wins here? What if he gets a title match here? I cannot wait. We then got a video promo of Swerve and his Mogul affiliates talking about Dustin Rhodes, how he was taking his spotlight. The Rhodes family legacy is getting under his skin, and apparently Dustin gave Keith Lee the Limitless moniker that I didn't even know that was a thing. And since nor Dustin Rhodes nor Keith Lee are going to be here, that he's going to go after another second generation wrestler and Brian Pillman Jr. to get rid of on Friday night on Rampage. That should be fun. And also with something that's fun that's finally happened, the tattooed face guy finally has a name. It's Trench. I'm not sure why it took this long to give him a name, but I am happy he finally has one. After that, we have a backstage interview where Lexi is standing with Faccion and Ingobernable as they announce Rush is going to be Bryan Danielson's next opponent. And in walks in MJF and offers him a whole buttload of money if he can beat Danielson and rip his arm off in the process. And he accepts and adds a bit more to this match. I also did enjoy, because I heard about what the translation was. He did say that he accepts, but also said that he's going to take his title as well. I absolutely love that. We go back to the ring, as this time it is the TBS Championship where Jade Cargill is going to be defending against Red Velvet. And this started off hot with the Red Velvet wasting no time going after her, but things would quickly turn against her, as we would see in picture, Jade holding Red Velvet over her head, walking up the ring steps, throwing her into the ring. I always marvel at how strong she is. So freaking impressive. Then unfortunately for Red Velvet, Kiera Hogan came out to the ring, tried to take out Layla Gray, ended up going against her as Ref Aubrey got distracted, missed the 3 counts. You didn't even get Layla Gray taken out. Kiera absolutely failed in her mission here. And then after that, Jade would maneuver her around, hits her for the Jaded for the win. Jade has reached 50-0. Who is going to beat Jade? At this point, I have no idea. We then get an update on Britt Baker after that attack that she suffered earlier in the night. and we see Ruby coming in to check up on her, and Britt, not being stupid, knows that the relationship between her and Toni Storm and Saraya, knows that they've known her longer, doesn't trust her whatsoever. I really like the continuation of this story. Kind of wondering where Ruby's going to side with. Is she going to side with the people in AEW, or she's going to side with the ex-WWE stars? Very fun, very interesting. I cannot wait to see what's next. Lastly, it's the main event of Dynamite, with Darby Allin defending his TNT Championship against Samoa Joe, and Darby looked ready for this one as he came down to the ring with a thumbtacked hoodie. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But it didn't really last too long, as Joe was just too smart for Darby, getting rid of that as soon as he possibly could. And as with the opener, they brawled all throughout the arena, brawled up the steps, brawled everywhere. He even slammed his back into 2 chairs at one point. But Darby did get control for a little bit, got his hoodie back, was able to hit a coffin drop, but Joe still kicking out, still staying with it. But since that didn't work, Darby's like, screw this. He's going to cut off everything from the ring to expose the boards. But in doing so, wasted a lot of time. Joe was able to recover, reverse things on Darby, and then hits a top rope muscle buster for the win onto the exposed boards. The King of Television is back. But the celebration didn't last long, as Wardlow came out to the ring. It's clear that this feud isn't over, not by a long shot, as we see Wardlow destroying every single security guard in sight. And that was AEW Dynamite. What did you guys think about it? Please let me know down in the comment section below. Standout matches for me, basically everything on this show. I truly enjoyed it, but the match that I was most excited for and the match that I thought delivered the most was the Danielson Thatcher match. And with that said, if you did enjoy this review, please go right below this video, click that like button, that subscribe button, and ring notification bell, because not only does that let you see future reviews, but also helps others to find my channel. So thank you guys once again for checking out this review, and thank you guys for being all elites.